What's going on out there, good people, and welcome back to LMD Trading, where I am living my dream trading. Hope everybody out there is doing well in this middle of the week day. Today was a good day over here in LMD land. Ended up closing out two of the swing positions that I was in, which were the only two. Took 4 other trades, 3 of them decent. One of them was a little boggle on my end, but finishing the day out solid. So we're gonna go ahead and get this recap done. I don't think that I'm gonna look for any new swing plays, which I really should, but we'll go ahead and get this thing done. Reviewing trades for Wednesday, April 5th. Showing 6 trades. That's actually 4 trades that we took today. Closed P&L is 239, with 160 of that coming from the PXD swing trade. Probably could have made a little bit more money on that one, but based on how that option contract moves, I figured I would go ahead and take my money and run today. And I'm actually looking at it right now. I don't think I would have made any more money than what I made on it. So that's what we did today. Let's jump on over into Thinkorswim and we'll take a look and see what we gonna see. So we got SPY pulled up, pre-market right here. SPY was trading inside of this downtrend, which is also an uptrend going that way. So we see market opens, tries to break out. Nope, gets pushed back down. Test the top of it, back down to test the bottom. That's a perfect trade right there to play it back down, at least the previous low of day. This red line running through there. We see that acted as resistance. It finally broke through it. Tried to test the up channel. That failed. Then it just finally busted through the lower channel. And then it's just kind of chopping along now. So that was the SPY there. Didn't take any trades on the SPY. Didn't see anything that I really liked. And over here I have changed. This did have the add. I put the hourly right here just so you can kind of see the big picture. This is the 20-day hourly, and this is probably only going out about 10 days, going out 2 weeks. But you can see this bigger picture from what I'm looking at. So that's the hourly up channels that I was talking about. That's the down channels inside of the hourly. But yeah, that was the SPY. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look at what we traded today. Microsoft was the first one. Microsoft have it in an hourly down channel. And I did something new today. YouTube lived me going through and kind of setting up my charts in the morning. Didn't have any audio on. I just wanted to record the video just so I can kind of go back and take a look at it later on. But this is the channel that I had drawn for Microsoft. So it was in this nice down channel. And now that we see it broke out of the bottom and it's been kind of fighting to try to get back in, had a nice flush, and now it's just kind of trying to grind its way back up. Come over here, look at the hourly. You can see we were in a down channel a few weeks ago. This is that up channel. That's the down channel for today. But let's go ahead, take a peek at where we were getting in and see how we actually managed this thing out. I must have been getting in on that. Okay, there we go. I was looking for the bubble. Let's blow this one up. And another thing that I did today is I do not think I will be buying contracts with a delta of 0.25 any longer. Trying to increase my risk, and instead of buying multiple 0.25 contracts, so instead of buying 4 0.25 contracts, I'm gonna be looking to buy a contract that's maybe 1 outside of the money or one inside of the money, depending on what open interest is like. So this contract here was a 285 contract, and the market had opened at 285.85. So we were 85 cents away from this contract being in the money. But market opens, pushes back up. Something else today that I said I was going to try to focus on is I'll buy this in an uptick. If this is going higher and it's coming up to test this channel, I will buy this as it's pushing up. So let's just kind of see what kind of feel we got on this. I got in, still caught the top. So that didn't really make a difference. The high of that candle is 117. I got in at 116, 2 contracts. So that didn't really too much make a difference, but good entry. And I got out of this one, the first one in this contract. So I didn't really trust my channel, but I got out at in the upper part of the actual option candle. And then I got out of the second one in this next candle as it was coming down. Trusting this channel, could have traded this back down to right here. What made me kind of get out was this VWAP line. That's what made me get out. But if you look at the hourly chart, like, that's not a reason to get out. Get out when this thing is down where the target is at. Let's see, if we would have got out on this first one, when it first tapped right there, high of that candle was 161. So that's another $20 per contract. So 90 bucks. Stay in it and let it break through. Let's just say that candle there, that's a high of 190. It's another $50 per contract. So not a bad trade, but left a little money on the table. And see, right here would have been a key area because we're testing previous low of day right there where that channel is at. And that's why it kind of consolidated over and then it finally pushed on through. But not a bad trade there. Made 50 bucks in what? 2 minutes, a minute and 54 seconds. So not a bad trade, not a bad trade. Let's go ahead and take a look at Apple. We took a couple of trades on Apple, some for the good, some for the bad. Let's take a peek at this first one here and we'll look at Apple. Again, pre-market had Apple in a down channel. We'll come over here and look at the hourly. So Apple had been for the past few weeks in a nice up channel. And then it kind of rolled over on the 4th. So yesterday we kind of get this new down channel starting. It's broken out of the up channel with some strength. So that's what we were looking at this morning. Market opens, pushes up to the top. Let's go ahead. Let me blow this up and we'll figure out what candle we were getting in. So getting in on this candle here. Let's see what kind of feel. Hopefully we got a decent feel on this one. Still up near the top, 107. But getting in, again, as this is pushing up, I'm going to trust that this channel is going to push this back down. So I get in 2 contracts right there. Let's see where we got out at. I got out in this contract, 947. Again, not letting it come all the way down to the bottom of our channel. Had we let this come down to the bottom of the channel, let's see. That's 137. That's $20 more per contract. That is $40 more that we could have made on this trade just trusting the channel. And we see, comes down, taps the bottom of the channel, chops around. This is why I don't buy the channel back up to the high side if it's in a downtrend. Notice how this popped and it looked like it was going to go higher, came back, set this W, and then it goes higher. I don't want this shakeout. I don't want to worry about this. Let this thing regroup and come back up to the top of the channel, reset, and then trade it back down in the natural direction that it's going in. And that was the good trade right there. Let's see where we got. Oh, nope, already marked where we got out. So got out right there. Next trade. Actually, we'll go ahead and take a look at the other Apple trade that we took. This one we made $1 on. And this was a mistake. This was a mistake, y'all. Let's first take a look at the entry. Man, I didn't think it was this far over, but yep, it was. So entering right here. And I grabbed a call. And this is probably going to be more so closer to that side up there. I'll click this, but this is not going to matter. Look at the fill on this one. Good fill, not buying at the top. You want to know why? I was trying to, and we'll look up here. This was a call. I didn't want to go long right here. Let me delete that. So we had the big picture down channel, the hourly down channel, but then we were starting an intraday down channel. So chopping along, breaks out of the channel. We get the intraday down channel started. I get in on this push. I want to be in a put right here, but I'm in a call. So I get back out flat. This is not what I wanted to do. Inside of the Discord, it's like, well, maybe this is about to go long. Like, nah, I don't think so. I was playing this for the right direction. Pops and drops. Just pops and drops. Perfect trade. Again, I just picked the wrong contract. I loaded a call up. I was on the left side of the option ladder instead of the right side. So missed opportunity right there. This thing made a nice pullback test VWAP, and then it just ripped to the low side. And you notice I had only bought one contract. Reason I bought one contract, because I knew this was not a primo entry. This was not a grade A entry. This was probably going to do exactly what it did and kind of pull back. I didn't want to be in two contracts and see what the P&L was going to be on a pullback like that. So buy one contract and let this thing rip. Just to you can somewhat get an idea of what this possibly would have paid going the other way. So was in at 218. This thing dropped about $30 right there going on a call. So we can assume that the put would have been the opposite way. Instead of losing 30 on it, we would have been making 30 on it. That would have been a solid trade. All right, let's go ahead. Let's take a look at Microsoft. You saw Microsoft was on the list and it was zeroed out for our second trade. First trade, we made 50 bucks. This trade was a flat trade. Let's go ahead. Let's take a peek. We're getting in about 9:55. Let's bring that over a little bit more. And we are getting in on this candle right here. Again, this is trusting the channel. So this came up. This was our first trade. This comes down. It breaks this first channel. We get down in the lower channel, pushes back up, kind of comes back down, kind of chops along here, chops along, and I get out in this candle break even. As this comes back down in the channel, I get out break even. Oh, trust that channel, boss. Trust it. Let's see what this thing actually would have made us or could have made us had we just stayed in it to the bottom of the channel. Once we got that signal to get in, it hit a high of 362. I'm in one contract again. Usually if you see me on one contract nowadays, that means that I know that this is going to just not go. I'm going to have to sit through some chop. So one contract, set through some chop. I'm in at 305. I'm out at 305. Right here where it's testing the base of the channel, that is 363. Up 60 bucks on one contract. If I just stay in this thing. So I got out at 10:11. We're hitting target at 10:37. 26 minutes. So just got to kind of trust that. Trust the system. Trust the system. Trust the process. But still not bad. Not bad. And this last one we'll take a look at is PXD. We'll kind of look at this one. I'm going to go, let's go 5 minutes, 5 days. I'm going to switch this over to 5 minutes, 5 days. Hopefully that'll pick up the entry and the exit. Yep. So we got the entry right there. So that way you can kind of see the entry on the trade, and we'll find the entry on the chart. Okay, there we go. So entry was right in this candle right here. Let's go ahead and find the exit today. And you're going to see that this thing has been making a killer move. I got out. Yeah, I remember. I got out right as this was basing right here. I was like, let me just go ahead and get out of this thing. So this is the big picture on PXD. So you notice PXD had gapped up big gap up. And I went on and I drew this after I was in the trade. This channel is drawn after I'm in the trade, but I'm in because of the higher time frame picture, which I don't even think this one, yeah, this is not going to even show you the bigger time frame picture that I was looking at. But good entry. Just rolled it out a couple of days. And look at what it's done since I've gotten out of it. It did come down a little bit more, and now it's coming back up to test the top of the channel. I don't want to sit through this thing coming back up and pushing back down. Possibly could have made another couple of $100 doing that in maybe 2 or 3 days. This contract was good until May 19th, but I wanted to lock them gains in. $160, holding it a couple of days, fairly carefree trade. It kind of went against me a little bit when it closed. And actually, this probably was a bad drop putting that right there. No, I guess not. But it went against me a little bit the first day, and then boom, I'm in the money the rest of the time. When this thing opened up yesterday right here, it was showing a P&L of like 300 bucks, but the spread was so crazy. Wasn't nobody going to accept my offer that was out there to try to sell it. But good solid trade though. Good solid trade. And these are the type of trades that I look for. Let's see. Let's see if the weekly will show anything. You can kind of somewhat, there we go. That's the picture that I was looking at. This is what gave me the confidence to buy or to take this trade. So PXD, weekly chart, up, down, testing it, up, down, testing it. This gave me a little worry. I would have wanted to see this just make this clean move back up and then down, but it came here, it dropped, it went back up. I'll take that play. I will take that play. Now, could we possibly be seeing a trend reversal? Possibly. I'll do that right there. And then I'll come here, redraw this as a channel. We'll go right there. Could we be seeing that because of this move right here, which allows me to kind of drop this upper line? Could we be seeing that? Possibly. So this next move could be a push to maybe right here. and then we might be starting a new trend, possibly, or this could just flush all the way back down, which is what I kind of wanted it to do. If you look at from here, 209 down to 170, man, that would be a killer move. That would be a killer move if we can get one like that. But nah, I got what I wanted out of the trade. Always can regroup and do it again on another trade. But as always, thanks for checking me out. If you have not hit that like button, now would be an excellent time to do it. If you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. It does not cost you a dime to do either one of those things, and it would definitely help me out in these YouTube streets as I continue my journey in this thing called day trading. And not just day trading. I day trade. You see, I swing trade. I long-term invest. So I am just a trader of this market because there's so many different ways to make money. Maybe you don't have the time to day trade. Maybe you don't have the time in the morning to sit down and day trade. But maybe in the evenings you have time to where you could take a look at some charts and find a possible idea to get into a trade the next day. It was one this morning that I wanted to take. IONQ, was that it? Yeah, I think that was it. Man, this thing, I had high hopes for this thing and it just didn't do it. It didn't do it. And I'm glad I didn't take the entry because it just crushed. I'm gonna actually bring it up real quick and then we're gonna get out of here. Bring it up and we're gonna get out of here. This was it, IONQ. And if you catch my live video, you'll see I switched this over to my trade layout. You see I had an alert in the system. I put this alert in after this didn't do what I wanted it to do. But I wanted to see IONQ get back in this upper channel, this hourly channel that I had drawn. We see that it tested it right here. What's that? 809. And then we get a test of VWAP right there. I was looking for this to get back in this upper channel and then rip. Man, Tank City. Tank City. But that's why I look for my confirmations to put me back in the channel. That's why it's important that I look for my confirmation to get me back in the channel. But that was IONQ. But you can find these plays. The same play that I'm trying to find, like I say, on this hourly chart or on the intraday charts, you can find on like a 4-hour chart or a daily chart. I keep saying I'm gonna make a video just showing my weekly, what I go through to kind of try to find my swing ideas. You just look for the same patterns for whatever your strategy is on a higher time frame. And if your strategy is one that is locked in, it should work on any time frame. You should be able to work it on any time frame. But on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. As always, thanks for checking me out, and we'll be back at it again tomorrow, last trading day of the week. Peace.